Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today I'm gonna be messing around with this thing. You might not know what this is, but this is actually a 360 degrees camera for recording 360 degrees film. And this is not mine, this is not sponsored, but I will leave a link in the description if you want to check this out. It's very interesting. They're not too expensive, but they are kind of pricey, so you would need something to use this for to actually get one. And it keeps shutting itself off. There. It's a neat little design. You can kind of see me there. Even though the lens is pointing front, it sees me. Weird. And you can move around the picture all the way around the room here. Which, well, there I am again. And so it has two fisheye lenses on the side, and those combined make 360, plus they go up and they go down. The only thing that it kind of removes is the selfie stick here, which is a really cool selfie stick, and I wish I had one of those, because very cool selfie stick. But let's go closer and have a closer look at this. Okay, so here we are, and it's a tiny little thing. It's not very big, and of course this is the front, so when you go around with it you have the display here and you're watching that, and then that's the kind of the front camera-ish. It doesn't have a lot of features in here, but it has this very nice round touch display. I am not sure why they made it round. I think it might just be to get a better feel of when you're moving the picture around. There am I, and the camera that we can see that I'm filming on, so that you can see what we're doing. Hi. You tap the display and there is different settings. You can go to the swipe to the right here, and you can play video that you have pre-recorded. I have done 3 videos with this that I am gonna be linking in the description. So if you want to check out how this is, I did one outside and I did one in the living room here, where I just set the camera up and walked around as if I was doing something important. I was really not, I was just filming. And then it goes into power save mode. It would be nice if it didn't do that as quickly. And if you go down, we can see other videos that has been stored. That's not mine. Back to the main screen, we can see up here in the top how much battery is left and how much storage is left, and yeah, that's all very cool. Then we can up, and there is different settings: lighting, security, solar, something, and we can swipe forth and back. There is different settings. There's a settings here, so we can get some more information on this. General information, we can check that. See that? Well, there's a serial number and a firmware version of it. Very nice. Basic settings, camera, SD card, voice control. Oh, voice control. You really there. Language, voice commands. So what language is this? It's English, so we can pick English or Chinese. Voice command there. What can it do? Take photos, start recording, stop recording, mark that, shut down camera. So that's kind of, oh, okay. Okay, it wasn't meant to do that. I guess it understood that. So we'll have to turn it back on again. That's a shame. There. It has a button here on the side. One button there, and then there's a button here. And that button is a bit dangerous. It takes so much to press this button that you feel like you're breaking the camera. So I'm just interested in seeing some more of those. Oh, that wasn't that way. We needed to go that way and that way, and settings, and we want to check those voice commands again. Let's check that. There. You can kind of see those, and probably if you say that, it will do that. So that's nice. Now I'm not gonna say that again, that was stupid, but it worked. So that's cool. And then there's screen. Oh, it's ever so slightly touchy here. Out to sleep. Timer. I think we could go up to a minute. There. Good. Then I have a little bit more time. Bluetooth remote. It can apparently connect with a Bluetooth device and use a remote. That's nice. Let's go back. General. USB mode. Wireless wake up. So anti-flicker language. Dual calibration. So there are some settings that you can mess around with. What is this? This is audio. Okay, so it has wind reduction, which if you see the little film that I did in the garden, it was very windy out there and it did a decent job removing the wind, as good as could be expected. This camera varies a bit in price. It goes from about $400 to $500, and I know this one that I'm sitting with here was even more expensive because they are very hard to get at the moment. So this one was purchased at the Apple store, and yeah, that's not the cheapest way to get it. Let's go back, main screen. It can record in 360 and it can also record in 150 degrees. It's very fish eye on the other side, but it's filming that way. So that is cool. So we go back to 360, and this one, just what camera are we looking at? Now we're looking at us, and now we are looking in the other direction. So there's that. So I didn't get the box with this, as it isn't mine, but it came in with a case with the room for an extra battery. So in here there's an extra battery, and we're gonna take that out in just a second. It's called the Insta360, and the battery here is 4.4 volts and it's 1630 milliamp hours, and that is 6.27 watt hours. So nice. The battery is located here on the side, and it feels as if this might be waterproof. I am not gonna test that, but when you take it out, there is like the blue thing here is a gasket that goes all the way around, and when you press the battery in, it feels very much like that the gasket will make it waterproof. When we take the battery out, there is also access to the SD card, which is located down here. This one has a 32 gigabyte SD card, but that is extra, you buy that separately, but it's located there. It can be hard to see down there, but it says SD right there, and there is even a tiny little drawing in there how to put this in. So put that in, and with if you have any nails, you can click it in and it pops into place. So that's about that compartment. There's nothing else there. And then we put the battery in. We can see the connectors down here, gold plated, and we put the battery in. It needs a thorough push to get in there, and it clicks very nicely. So that is cool. Then there's another compartment here that we can open up, and this is for charging. And it charges through a USB-C connector that is there. There is also a USB-C cable in the case here. Not that interesting to see that, but it has a USB-C connector there where it charges the battery. The gasket is a little bit different. That tiny square here has a gasket around it, and that goes into a groove in there. So I think this is also watertight. That one has to go on the top first, and then you press that and you push that in. Yeah, then there's that. On the other side there is the power on button, and then there is something here that I'm not totally sure what it is. I thought it was a button at first, but it was not. And I don't think it's a microphone either, because there's a mic here, one there, and one there. So there are microphones all the way around it. Then there is the push button here, which will start the recording, and that is weird. You have to press very hard to activate that. In the bottom there is a camera mount, and that's where the selfie stick will go in. And I've also found that this works very well with my light stand, so it's possible to put this in the middle of the room on a light stand, and that will work very nicely. According to the big all-knowing internet, these lenses are very fragile. Now we can actually see the name here. This is the Insta360 ONE X2. There is also a first generation of this camera, and there is not a lot of differences. They are much alike, but I guess the X2 is probably a little bit better in some regards, as I haven't messed around with the first one. This is the first 360 camera I've ever touched. I am not gonna be the wise guy and tell you what the differences are between the two. I have only messed around with this for a few hours, so just letting you know how far I've gotten. So we have some extra things here. There is a cloth to wipe down the camera. There is a cable for charging, regular old USB to USB-C connection. Then there is a tiny case here, kind of a pocket. I think this is protection. This might very well be the protective case if you want to stick it in your pocket. Not sure that would be a good idea. Another cable, I see that connects to an iPhone, so that might just be to transfer the data to an iPhone or an iPad or something device. And then there is there's a bit of foam. I think someone forgot to take that out. So that was probably what was in the case when it was purchased. This box is really nice. It feels like a good quality box, and it's way better than having the camera in your pocket. Kind of hard, but not too hard. It will not bend if you put it in your luggage or something. So very nice touch to have this box with it, and kind of a carrying thing here. So far so good. It has a really fancy selfie stick here. I am very impressed with the quality of this selfie stick. It also has a connection in the bottom here, so you could more or less take two selfie sticks and connect them together. But as a selfie stick, this is very, very smart. Right now it's locked. It does not go anywhere. But if I turn this, it goes out a little bit, and I can do it again, and it goes out even more. I can do it again. It takes the next one. I can do it again, and it takes the last one. And right now nothing is locked in place. It will go in and out, but all I have to do is twist it. I can do each of them, or I can do all of them at the same time. And now it's locked into place. And this is, I think this is 1 meter long now. We should measure that. Okay, so let's see. It's more than 1 meter. So let's go to the other end. Well, let's say 1.16 meters. If we turn it around, that's 46-ish inches. So yeah, very cool selfie stick. I'm using this in the gardening video, walking around in the garden with the selfie stick. So do check that out. When you're seeing those videos, you can scroll around the video and see in every direction, up and down and all the way around. If you see it on the phone, I think you can turn around with the phone and see everything. And you might also be able to see it on a VR headset. So I've moved upstairs, and I have a this is my light stand for LED lighting, and I found that if I take this rubbery thing off here, I am able to screw the camera on there. Camera like that. I have recorded 2 shots that I'm going to be sharing with you in the description below, so that you can see what this camera is all about. And I think we will do the last one here. I'll walk around, do something. So let's do that together. It's a bit wobbly up here, so let's turn this on. Can I find the button? No. There. There. And I believe the voice command was start recording. And it starts recording. So now it's recording. So let's move the camera a little bit out of the way here. You will have to go and look in the description to see the video. Let's see, you're in view. Check. So now I could go around playing a workman up here. Maybe I was gonna make some concrete. Probably not. It's not on. Oh, it is on. Okay. Cool enough. So, some stuff over here. Yeah, I need to figure out what to do with those. I have my bathroom is getting tile up here, and the tiles has been cut out here, so everything is really dusty. I have been cleaning a little bit, but not enough. So we can kind of walk around the camera and you'll be able to follow me around. I could be working over here, checking the installation. Some is missing. Yeah. Oh, there's the glue. I don't know. But yeah, camera is running out of power. Over here are all the tiles that have been cut up. Stacks and stacks and stacks of tiles. That has been grinded up. So yeah, I could go out here. And I could come back in over here. Very fancy. Go around the camera. Be doing something over here. Oh, this is my new cupboards for the bathroom. It's gonna be great, I'm sure. And I guess that's enough. So let's see if we can stop recording. Pretty fancy. It stopped recording. We have moved downstairs, and I'm gonna disconnect the camera from the lighting rack here, or lighting stand. Very careful not to drop it. Those fish eye lenses should be very fragile, and that's also why I'm not gonna put it on the table. I'm gonna put the box there, and then I'm gonna put it in the box. But I want to see if I can transfer the data from the internal connection here and directly to the computer. When I did the first video, I took the battery out and I took the SD card out, and I transferred data of the, well, you probably know these. This is an SD card, and the one in the camera is a micro SD card. So you put the micro SD card in the SD card, and I have an SD card reader attachment for USB on the other side. But it would be ever so slightly easier if I can just pop this cable in. So that wasn't the way to go. That was a shame. I would have liked to do that instead. So I'll close that up. There. We'll take the battery out like that. And we need to take the micro SD card out with a slight little press on it with a nail there, and that comes out. Leave the battery over there and put the camera back in protective, and I'm gonna be putting it in this SD card. It's a micro SD to SD adapter. Slam. And here on the side of the computer I have a rather dusty, oh that's embarrassing, SD card reader, so we'll put it in there. That's the sound we want to hear. So here we have the SD card, or the micro SD card, and over here I have the folder on my computer where I want to transfer these video files. And if we go into the SD card here, it's camera 1, and here are the files that has been recorded. There is kind of a weird thing. There's like 2 files for each file that has been made. I have already copied one of them over. These 2 are files that I have copied over here. So I need to copy over the last 4 files that I've done. Like here, you can kind of see I did some testing 12 o'clock and I went outside 2 o'clock, and then I'm doing this filming here 3 o'clock. So very productive. So we are gonna copy those over. I do believe that each of these files are footage from each of the 2 lenses on the 360 camera. So one of them is called 00 and one of them is called 10. There we are. Files are copied over. We can put the SD card back in the camera. So to work with these files, we need to edit them. And to do that, there is provided a couple of programs. One of them are from Insta360, and it's called Insta360 Studio 2021. The other one is a tiny little program that will put some metadata into the video when we are done. Both of these are freely available. Well, when you buy the camera, you can go download these, but I haven't bought the camera and I could still go download these, and it didn't ask for anything. This one is also freely available. I'll make sure to leave both links in the description. So let's start this one, the Studio. That looks like this. It looks like a very basic editing suite. So we need to click here to open up and import our video. Let's do the video that we did upstairs on the 2nd floor. So we'll just pick one of them. Just pick the biggest one. I don't know why, but well, I do that. I think it imports both of them. So when we open that, it loads the file. We will get a picture.
So now it's recording.
Oh, and me speaking. Here it tells us how to use this. Got it. And I'll pause myself. But in here you can actually move the camera around and see what we have filmed. So we can kind of look in all directions, look up at the ceiling. What have I done here? Yeah, right. You will need to go and see those 3 videos that I've done. But I can do some slight editing, and maybe the start of this video isn't great. I think actually this video that we just did, where you see me moving the camera around, that might be fun. So I'm actually just gonna leave that in. Well, we can go back. Apparently that was too far. It crashed. Okay, it's might not be the best software ever because it just crashed again, and well, I didn't show you that, but let's see the start of this.
It starts recording. So now it's recording. So let's move the camera a little bit out of the way
so
here.
We can follow me around.
Look in the description to see the video. You're in view. Check.
I think that's pretty good.
Now I could go around.
And let's check the end of the video down here.
Stop recording. It starts recording.
Okay, and it starts over. So I think actually this video is okay because we were doing a video about how this works, and so the start and the ending of it would be something that would be beneficial to have. There is a lot of settings that you can set here. One of them is you can put a logo on here, and if we go down we can kind of see that the lighting stand, you can see part of it, and you're able to put your logo on top of that, and I'll put my PlayHouse. It doesn't look great, but it's kind of cool to have it somewhere. I don't know why they have put that option in there, but it's probably okay. There's a lot of good settings. I've seen other YouTube videos that goes into way better detail that what I'm able to do here, I am kind of just using this. There is different ways to be watching this video, and you can control that over here. There is default, where you see some more of it, a bit more fish eye-ish. This is used only when you're editing. Then there is tiny planet, and everything is weird like that. And there is crystal ball, that is opposite. We can kind of move around in the crystal ball and see, well, you get a good overview of what is going on in the picture doing it that way. But yeah, when we're done, we are satisfied. I don't think this has any real life application. I don't think it's gonna look like that if we do it like, I'm not sure. But we need to export our video. That takes a while. We do it up here on the file, and we go down to export, and then we have different settings for exporting it. One of the things that I found is that the program sets it at 200 megabits per second, but over here I have the specs for the camera, and the video bitrate is only 100 megabits per second, so 200 megabits per second is kind of overkill. So we need to go down a little. Let's give it 100, and then ever so slightly a little bit for the sound. 110 megabits must be way good enough. Frame rate is that one, and that's the same one as I use in my videos, so I'm gonna keep to that. Then we can remove some grain. I don't have a lot, but I'll switch it on anyway. There is some stuff that doesn't look great here and there. Maybe it can filter some of that out. We are gonna check if it's in the right directory. Video, good. Select folder, and we're gonna export that. And it's gonna take a while. Look at that. It comes up with an export task. It's pending. I think this took half an hour for the last 2 minutes I did. We are not gonna wait around for that. Yeah, see, that's gonna take a while. 93%, and it's now 5 o'clock. That's already about 2 hours. Cool, there we are, it's done. 8 minutes past 5, 100%. Let's close that and close that. So now we have a new file here, an MPEG-4 file, 1.773 gigabytes. So we can actually run it.
Starts recording. So
and we can control it on our camera player.
Out of the way here.
It
You will have to go and look in the description to see the.
Does weird stuff. It's a bit too big. We are filming in over 4K here, but it's all the way around, so it's not the quality isn't that great when you look at it. Quality the whole way around, so there's a lot of resolution that goes into doing that. So that's me. Let's close that down. Then we need to inject that metadata into the project. And so here were the two files that we are going to be using, and the bottom one is that metadata. It doesn't do much. It's meant for telling Facebook and YouTube that this is a 360 video and how to mess around with it. And this is just a tiny program, and link will be in the description. So you open and you select the file, the new one that we did, and open that. My video is, well, 360 there, and we inject metadata into that. Same name again, save. And it saved the file once again. It takes a lot of space, so this is another 1.7 gigabyte that it does. But yeah, well, we'll just have to delete that afterwards. So with that done, we are ready to upload this to YouTube, and I am ready over here. This is my YouTube Creator Studio thingy where all my videos are. And if we go over here, there is a create. If we click that, we can upload a video. There, select file. We're gonna select the file, go to where the files are located, and that one is number 8, and it's the number 8 that has the injected text in the title. when we injected that metadata, well, it injected that in the file name. You can see that there. So we pick that one and open. Down here is uploading the file. We need to give it a name. I have borrowed the name from the other file there. And next, I am not gonna put ads on these. So done. Next, whatever. And we're gonna put them on as unlisted. There's private, then it's only me that can see them. Unlisted, that means that they're not gonna be publicized. You're not gonna get an SMS or a mail or whatever. You won't be able to see that they have gone up. Then there's public, that's with the whole thing. You get notified that there's a new video and blah blah blah. So unlisted, you can still see the video. You just need the link that you will have in the description of this video that you are already watching. It takes a while for the video to be good from when I upload it and until it's actually working as a 360 video. It takes a bit of a time. It will upload the file and it will come online, and at some point YouTube will recognize, whoa, this is a 360 video. I'm gonna present it as a 360 video. So right now it's processing, so I can close this. There is the new one. It hasn't got a picture yet, but the previous one that I uploaded is available here, and we can go into that and we can play it up here. And this is the one that I did in the living room. It's and I can scroll around and I can see it go down. There's the local one, the floor. We can also see the ceiling, and yeah, you can go check out that video. And there I am in the second living room, and apparently I pressed it so it stopped. So I am moving around. Sorry, that was actually not the full resolution. As usually, there is a button down here where you can set how we're watching this. So if we click here, there are different possibilities. I had it at 1080s in HD. There's actually also 1440s, 2160s, which is 4K, and then there is 2880s, which is 5K. And well, you can pick that quality, and it just got a lot sharper. Yeah, I wouldn't say my poor computer is up to the task of this, but we could try and find me here and press. Yeah, it works. It's a heavy video. What are my impressions on this? Well, I really think this selfie stick is awesome. I found this on Banggood. It was about 320 Danish kroners, which is about $50. I might just get the selfie stick. That's such a cool system. The camera, I like the layout. I like that it's small. It didn't have to be this small. It could have been a little bit bigger. It would have felt like you got a little bit more for your money if it wasn't this tiny. It would also have been cool if they had added some protection to the lenses. I'm not completely sure if this is the protection. Maybe a hoodie that went over here, and when you were filming you could take it off and put it on the bottom or something. That would be smart. One thing that I found is that reviewing the footage of this, I have uploaded it to YouTube, and these 3 videos are in the description, and when you play them, it sucks all the power out of your processor. And my processor, which is, well, it's not new, it's not old, it's a Xeon E3-1275L, and it scores about 6,000 on Passmark. It's a decent CPU. Watching the footage from this in 5K, well, the CPU maxes out at 100% and it stutters like unbelievable. So it needs very powerful CPUs to run that. I have yet to run it on any other system to see if that will run smoothly, but yeah, it takes a lot of CPU power to run that. The camera, I think I said 5.8K, it is 5.7K. Not a big difference, but in YouTube it shows up as a 5K resolution, The camera has a lot of specs. I'll try and see if I can't copy those and put them over here. Some of them might be interesting. This camera mount in the bottom is really smart. That has worked well. I was very impressed. If you see the garden shot where I walk around with the selfie stick outside, I was very impressed with how it just removes this stick. It looks like it's just my hand that is in the shot and the stick is just gone, even though it's there the whole time. I was very impressed with that. And the picture, not the quality, but the colors of it, it looks very depressing. It's as if all the colors has been toned down, and the picture is too dark and the darkness takes over, even though outside it wasn't that bad weather, but on the camera it looked like that hell just froze over. I'm sure that can be fixed in some color grading, but I haven't messed around with the shots that I have uploaded, so you get to see what it looks like right out of the camera with the editing that we did. Well, the shot that we didn't do anything. Some of the other shots I just cut off the start and the end, trimmed start and stop. Extra battery, I don't think this is a camera that will run out of power really. The specs says that there is camera life for like 85 minutes of recording here. Not sure that you would ever need an extra battery, but well, you could always connect a power bank instead. Haven't messed around finding the price of this extra battery. It might just be worth it, and I think this came as a set when it was bought. I found that this was cheaper at banggood.com. This is not sponsored, but there is an affiliate link in the description, so you can go and check out. The price goes up and down all the time. Then there's a discount, then there's not a discount, then there's a discount again. It's from day to day, so I can't really tell you the price, but it varies around $450 for the camera itself. Then the selfie stick was about 50. Battery and case, have no idea. So should you get a camera like this? I have no idea. You kind of have to have a need for it. I think that this is cool. It might be more of a gimmick than something that you can use for something useful. There is, of course, if you're into selling houses, it would be cool to set this on a stand, move out of the room and just take a minute of video, and people can go in that room of the house and look around, and that works really well. I see it all the time at estate agents here in Denmark. If you're buying a new house, well, they will have done this 3D presentation of the house where you can go into most of the rooms and go around, look around, and yeah, that's kind of cool. Normal everyday use. If you're gonna go and do some family photos, I don't think this is any good. Maybe it would be cool to do some video with it, and people could go around and see what are the kids doing in the background. What is grandma doing over there? Oh, she's choking on her coffee and her biscuit. Have a cup of tea, dear. Yeah, this one is a bit expensive for just a funny toy, but well, people's budget vary. I'm very happy that I was able to borrow this, because I was willing to try and buy it to see if it was any good, because we actually have a use for this. We have built some data centers, and they're kind of far out in the countryside where no one ever comes. And the idea is that we'll kind of do a 3D tour of the data center for people that we need to impress with the data center and don't want to have to drive them 1.5 hours one way to see a data center, 20 minutes later drive 1.5 hours the other way. That was the general idea for getting this camera. So yeah, I have to do that. Now I know how it works, so I can get on with it. Cool. I do hope you enjoy the 3 small video samples that I have uploaded with this camera. They are also still in the description. A little community message for my patrons. I am currently hanging out on Discord almost every night. So if you want to pop in and say hi, we have a video chat with picture and microphone, so you can see me and talk to me. That would be awesome. Small group of people. Well, last night there was 10 people in there, so that was the record for now. So for my patrons, all the information to do that should be on Patreon. But other than that, thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.